Hey, what's going on? My name is Keith, and I just wanted to talk about a topic that kind of makes me uncomfortable to talk about, honestly. And I think it makes a lot of us uncomfortable to talk about. Um, about me, I'm in the Navy. I've been in for 26 years. I'm a senior chief, and um, I had a long career. Came in right out of high school, and it's pretty much all I've known for my adult life. And a lot of stuff has transpired in 26 years. Um, and the topic is I have PTSD, traumatic brain injury, 12 lesions on my brain from hard hits and stuff, and depression. And that's one topic that it's kind of hard to talk about, but it's something that a lot of us in the military deal with. And I was brought up in a military that was kind of like suck it up in silence kind of thing. So that's why it's kind of hard to talk about. But I am getting ready to kind of go on a different journey for me. I'm currently, in like a care pattern or a care thing for the military, what's called like limited duty, and getting ready to, in about a month, going into a 2.5 month residential program for trauma, and dealing with this stuff. It's hard to talk about. It's something hard that a lot of us don't talk about, but I feel like some light needs to be shed on the topic. There's a lot of us across the country that deal with this issue, and it's really hard. We're not infallible, and it's just difficult. And with veteran suicides reaching 22 a day, it's almost doubling the numbers of the actual combat deaths. And I've had 13 of my friends that have taken their own lives, and it's been a huge weight on me. I have a lot of remorse and guilt, and there's a lot there. And I'm going to start a journey to deal with all this stuff. And in that journey, it's going to end. I'm retiring in 6 months from the Navy, and it's I'm going to retire in San Diego, and I've come up with a thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to go across the country and meet Gold Star families that have had loved ones pay the ultimate sacrifice, make the ultimate sacrifice overseas, and also meet families, Gold Star families from PTSD, and they're one and the same. A lot of people will go over, and they go to war, and they leave, but the war doesn't leave them, and they still deal with it and struggle, and some take their own lives, and there's a heavy burden on the families, on friends, relatives, a lot of questions, and so I'm gonna spend probably, I don't know. There's a start date, which is when I retire, probably in August or September. But then, the end place is Massachusetts, because that's my home of record. But when I retire, I'm gonna drive from San Diego to each state and meet families, Gold Star families, and find out what the fabric of this nation is all about. and understand, what drove these incredibly brave men and women to be part of the 1%, to make them, what made them want to be something bigger than themselves and want to, at some point, write a blank check with their life as the payment. And to know and to understand these families is to understand what our nation is and what it's all about. And that in that journey from here, everything I learned from here to the end point in Massachusetts is going to be a healing journey that I'm going to embark upon. And I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also, apprehensive about my own treatment and going in and facing stuff that I've been able to, compartmentalize for most of my career, because that's, one of the things that we do is we compartmentalize and, are less on the compassionate part, more so being compassionate to ourselves. It's not really an attribute that we have a lot. It's hard, because how do you mix that compassion with what we as a machine do? So, I maybe you can join me on this journey, but I just want to document it and see where it takes me, because I can't wait to learn about, everybody in this country and all the different families everywhere. And in doing so, it'll help me to forgive myself for stuff I've done in my past, forgive myself for what I didn't do in my past, where I may have been able to help where I didn't. So that's what I've decided to do, is join up with others and create this Gold Star Dirt, because each state, there's Gold Star families. When I was researching the deaths from OIF and OEF and then PTSD, there's not one state in the United States where that has not been affected or touched by this. And this dirt is, I'm a dirt bike enthusiast, but the dirt is strong, tough, and gritty, like the families that have, provided, freedoms for our nation. They're tough and resilient, and I want to learn about them. I want to learn about them and their stories and their children's stories, their husbands' stories, their wives' stories, brothers, sisters, friends. And I want to, walk around where they walked around and learn about the ideals that they grew up with. And I think doing that's going to help me in my journey. And then hopefully in a manner that's just, be able to tell some of their stories, because we all need to hear them, and I believe that's important. We need to remember and understand and learn about the best that this nation has to offer. So stay tuned for more from me. I'm gonna, I'll document every now and then up until, I go into treatment, and then it'll be a 2.5 month break. But it's something I need to face, and it's something I need to talk about. I know it's kind of hard for me to talk about personally, and it's hard to come out in the open like this to friends and family that may or may not know that I've gone through stuff like this, or that I'm going through something like this, because I have a tendency to isolate. But it's affected my life, my career. I wasn't as good as I could have been at times, and I know that. So yeah, Well, thank you for watching, and I will definitely be back on, and I hope you receive this welcomely, and thank you for listening. Keith from Gold Star Dirt, checking out.